guys, welcome back to my channel and another video here. Today I have a swatch and review of the newest Orly Breathable collection. This is the fall/holiday collection for 2024 and it is called Loose Threads. And as soon as I opened the box, I was kind of like, oh, I really like that because I thought the box was super cute. I like the font. I like the knitted texture. I don't know if you guys can totally see that there. It has like the kind of like knitted pattern, and I like crafts, I like knitting, so I was already sucked in. And oftentimes, and I hear other people echo this sentiment as well, but I really enjoy the Orly Breathable collections oftentimes more than the regular line. Not that I don't like the regular line, I love Orly as a brand. It's just that the Breathable collections seem to have a little bit more oomph to them. I'll let you be the judge if this one does or not, but I will share all my thoughts and feelings at the end. Orly did send this to me as PR so I could share it with you guys, but I did want to share some of the pricing details with you if you are interested. These are available now on the Orly website, and they are $11 each, or you can get the full 6-piece box like what I showed you right here for $66. And Orly does often have like deals, specials, bonus add-ons. So I recommend signing up for their email list if you want to be like in the know on that and kind of hold out and wait for a good bargain, because who doesn't love extra stuff or a discount, right? If you are unfamiliar with the Breathable line versus like regular Orly nail polish, these are designed to be worn in 2 coats on their own without a top or a base coat. It says that they are infused with argan oil, pro vitamin B5 plus vitamin C, and it's supposed to allow for moisture to move like in and out of the polish, like through to your nail. But at the same time, it's not supposed to allow for chipping or peeling or anything like that. I believe that some people consider these halal, but I'm not an expert on that. So if you are looking for halal nail polish, definitely do your own research. But from my understanding, that's one of the benefits of these polishes. I personally always wear base and top coat just because for me that gives me the longest lasting, best looking manicures. I don't really know anybody who wears these on their own because it's such an ingrained habit to base and top coat everything. But that being said, every time I show you swatches of the Breathable line, they will have top coat on them because that's just how I prefer to wear my polish. So with all that being said, let me get into the live swatches, the full hand swatches, and then I will talk more about my thoughts and feelings and a few extra extraneous little petty details at the end. So first up, we have We Flannelly Made It, which is the brightest of the reddish tones here. And this one is definitely like that flannel red. Like when I picture a flannel shirt in that red black check, like this is the red that I kind of imagine it to be. This is completely opaque on 2 coats, easy application, evens out really well. And here is the full hand swatch. Then we have Yeah for Sherpa, which is a much dustier kind of red, maybe has like a little bit more brown in it. I guess you'd describe this as a mauve or mauve, if I don't know how you say that word. And again, 2 coats, totally opaque, no issues here. All of them I feel have the same exact formula, very consistent. And here it is, full hand swatch. This is Leather You Like It or Not, and this is brown, but I feel like it does have like a warm kind of like chestnutty look to it, you know, where it's got a little bit of red. And on that first coat, I was a little worried. I could see quite a bit of nail line, but again, second coat cleared that right up, completely opaque. And this one definitely, once it's on the nail, looks a lot more brown than it did to me in the bottle. This is Fleece to Meet You, which is a kind of fir tree green. And I guess, yeah, I could see a fleece this would be a toasty color for a fleece. I don't know why the color affects how warm the fleece is, but it just does in my head. And again, that first coat, it might look a little bit sheer, but second coat really brings it all together. And here is the full hand swatch. It looks a little bit teal in this lighting, but it is a bit more fir tree green. We have I'm Easily Swayed, which is kind of I don't know how you would describe this blue. I wanted to say royal blue, but now I'm not sure. And this one is a lot more opaque on that first coat. But I always do 2 coats no matter what, even if it is a 1 coater. And I don't, does suede, I've never seen suede in this kind of color. Usually I see it in like a tan tone, but here's the full hand swatch. And finally, we have now or bouclater. And I did, later in the video, I say I have no idea what a boucle is. I looked it up. It's a kind of like loopy yarn. And this is kind of a eggplanty purple, just a lot deeper, more royal. Not my favorite kind of purple, but again, same application, 2 coats, totally opaque. And here is the full hand swatch. It looks like I got a bunch of little eggplants on my fingers. So what did you guys think of the newest Breathable collection? I will say when I saw the front of the box and then when I opened it and saw the polishes inside, I felt like these are a little bit more muted than what I was expecting when I saw those kind of colorful patchwork squares there. But I still think the collection is very well suited for the fall/holiday time. These are kind of muted, dustier tones, which I feel like these are the kind of the tones we're getting into when it comes to clothing. I mean, you can't tell because I'm wearing bright blue and like teal. So obviously I didn't get the memo, but you know, this is kind of like the clothing colors that I think of when I think of like being cozy by a fireplace. I don't know why I'm always like wearing sweaters by the fire when I talk about fall colors, because like I've never had a fireplace, never worn a sweater by a fireplace. Like, I don't know why that's the imagery that these kind of colors invoke, but for me, they do. As far as my favorite goes, I don't know. I know it's not the purple. I don't like these kind of like dustier or like royal leaning purples. I like a bright purple. I actually really like, yeah, for Sherpa. I have to look at the names. I haven't memorized them all. They haven't committed them to the old Hillary noggin yet. But I really like Yeah for Sherpa and Leather You Like It or Not. Those are 2 very like work appropriate type of colors. But I definitely have like 9,000 iterations of Yeah for Sherpa. I think out of the 6 of these, I'm leaning towards, because I'm trying to keep my collection like curated. I've got like 1,800 nail polishes, but I'm trying not to keep everything that comes in if I'm not absolutely in love with it. So I think I'm going to keep the brown, and I'm toying with also keeping the blue and green and then letting my sister have the rest. But we'll see. I haven't fully decided, but I think that my favorite, even though I have 10,000 iterations of it, is this Yeah for Sherpa color. And like looking at these, I really like these 3 specifically together, the blue, the green, and the more reddish tone. I don't know why, it just, those 3 colors really go well together for me. Maybe that'd be some fun nail art. I say fully knowing I will never do it. But yeah, so that wasn't my favorite. As far as application goes, these are very typical Orly creams, 2 coats, full coverage, very easy to apply. I feel like I don't really have a lot of like wild differentiation when it comes to Orly formulas. I feel like they're very standard. They keep it really like clean across the border. Everything is pretty much the same. You know, there are some brands where you can buy 3 creams from the same brand and they'll all have like 3 different wild applications because they're just not formulated exactly the same. But I think Orly is incredibly consistent when it comes to application by formula. Like all their creams seem to apply pretty much the same. All their shimmers tend to apply pretty much the same, at least in my experience. My one disappointment with this collection is that it is a 6-piece cream collection, which there's nothing wrong with a full cream collection. I just feel like if I'm not being stimulated in some kind of way outside of a cream, like I just can't anymore. I just love, I love a variety of finishes. So like usually Orly, when they do like a 6-piece collection, even if there's like 5 creams, they'll throw in a shimmer or a metallic or something to keep it kind of interesting. But this one is 6 creams. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But then I read the back of the box and I felt kind of like confused, I guess. This is just like a nitpick complaint. This is like Hillary complaining just because she likes to complain. But the back says, embrace the chill with 6 dusty shades inspired by the textures and textiles of fall and winter. The textures, what textures? Like, they have textures in the name, like leather and fleece and flannel and suede and sherpa and whatever a boucle is. I don't know. I'm not cultured. But like, how are you showing the textures in this? I mean, you got it on the box, but you don't have it in the box. Like, they're all very flat, plain creams, which they're beautiful colors, don't get me wrong. Orly creams are outstanding. I think that they are probably one of the best staple creams you could buy because they are in the biggest bottles on the market, as far as I know. I like their brush, and their application, like I said, is consistent across the board. But if you're going to be inspired by textures, why wouldn't you put some like visual texture, some eyeball texture into the polishes? At least like a shimmer, or even, I don't even like Orly metallics, but at least put a metallic in there, right? Well, not for fall, winter. Like, that would be kind of weird. But I don't know. Like, that was just my weird little nitpick where I was just like, I was expecting something a little bit more fun, and I was a little bit let down. My letdown, though, is literally based on my personal preferences when it comes to wearing nail polish. Like I said, the formula and everything is standard across the board. They all work well. It's just, I just wanted shimmer, I guess. I just wanted some shimmer. I don't know. But I also can recognize that it doesn't totally make sense when you're being inspired by, like, knitwear and stuff, because I mean, it's not like, I mean, I do have yarn that has glittery sparkles with it, but you know, most yarn isn't shimmery, most yarn isn't metallic and things like that. So I get why you wouldn't put texture in this, but to say that you were then inspired by the textures feels kind of weird. I don't know, maybe I'm just being rude. I don't know. But yeah, that is my only actual complaint, and that complaint is so petty and so it doesn't matter, you know? But that is the Orly's Loose Threads collection. Very seasonally appropriate. I like that even though it's the fall/holiday collection, it's not really honing in on any specific holiday, because a lot of times when you get holiday collections here in the US, they generally focus fully around Christmas. And commercially, as far as I know, around this time, you know, well, we're in October, but around, you know, November and December, that's probably the biggest money-making holiday in the US, because I think that it's like the predominantly celebrated holiday, but it's not the only holiday. And so I like when brands don't focus solely on Christmas, or they do Christmas in a more unconventional way, because at some point you just get so oversaturated with Christmas and you're like, okay, red, green, gold, red, green, gold, red, green, gold. I get it. And I don't need any more red, green, gold right now. I want something funky and different. And so I like when brands will do just like holiday season, you know, or like cold season, winter months type of stuff, which is how I view this collection. So let me know your thoughts down below if you picked any of these up. If you're planning to pick any of these up, I will have a link down to the site in my Dropbox. I don't have like any affiliate code or anything. It's just so that you guys can make your way over there more easily, because you know what? Every time I try to go to Orly's website, I always type in orly.com with 100% confidence, and it is not orly.com, it's orlybeauty.com. And so I always get directed to some random website that I'm like, this isn't nail polish. So I don't know if you guys are like me and you just have no brain left, but that's where I'm at. So like I said, let me know your thoughts and feelings down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.